Then place your right hand down to the floor. Move through a vinyasa to downward facing dog. Got a visitor here today. Inhale, reach the left leg. Again, as high as the hip, so if you look back, you can see your left toes pointing down to the floor. Keep pushing evenly with your hands. Exhale, bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over the wrists. Round your back. And then lightly left foot in between your hands. You can lengthen the right leg again, reaching the top of your chest forward. Swing your hands forward and up into crescent pose. Work on the tilt of the pelvis, tilting back. Point your tailbone down to the floor. Try to keep that. Bend your elbows into a cactus shape, lifting from the top of your chest. Keep trying to roll the shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, firming into your back ribs. And try to reach a little more with your right heel. Inhale, reach up again. Reaching with the back ribs one more time. Exhale, right hand down to the floor. Twist. Take a deep breath first. And then roll to the outside of the right foot, moving to side plank, Vashisthasana. Any variation. Keep squeezing your thighs, moving the shoulders away from the ears still, getting more space for the neck. Lower your left hand down to the floor into plank. Move your shoulders forward, Chaturanga Dandasana, knees up or down. Tops of the feet on the floor, inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, bring your hips back to down dog. And every time you come back to down dog, it's an opportunity to get back to the breath. Notice the quality of the breath, just as well as the posture. Now raise your heels, inhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Now bend your knees, sink your hips low into Utkatasana, chair pose. Move the weight towards the heels, roll the tailbone down to the floor. Keep light on the toes. Reach a little more with your chest. Try to engage the arms a little more as well. Take another inhale, sit a little lower. Exhale, stand up, hands to heart center. And take a couple breaths here. We'll do a few sun salutation Bs as well. So firm down with all four corners of your feet. Engage your thighs. Grow through the sides of your body. With a deep inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then step the right foot in between your hands, don't lift the leg. Set your left heel to the side, warrior one. Now let's hold this warrior one here for a few breaths. So work on squaring the hips and the chest with the front of the mat. And bringing the attention to your left inner thigh. Imagine you're trying to spin your left inner thigh towards the back of the mat. So the back leg, spin it back so you can bring the left side of the hip further forward. Keep light on the toes and push with the outer edge of your left heel down to the floor. You can keep your hands apart or interlace the fingers together, reaching with your index finger. Keep hugging the navel in so you're growing tall through the sides of the body. Stay for another deep inhale. And with one exhale, try to go down all the way to chaturanga, only with one breath. Step back, bend your elbows, tops of the feet on the floor, inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, right away, left foot in between your hands. Right heel to the side, come up into warrior one. Was that a long exhale? Again, square the hips and the chest to the front of the mat. Firm the outside of the foot down to the floor so the outer edge of the foot sealed down. Pull the navel in. The lower ribs moving down towards your hips. You can keep your hands apart again or interlace the fingers. See what works best for you. Stay for another deep inhale. And with the exhale, try to go all the way to chaturanga in one exhale only. Go all the way down, step back right away, bend your elbows. Untuck your toes. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yeah. Again, watch the breath coming in and out. Raise your heels with the inhale, look forward, bend your knees, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, again, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. You can step or hop back halfway down into chaturanga. Knees up or down. Up dog with the inhale. Exhale, down dog, and don't lift the leg. Right foot in between your hands right away. Left heel down. Warrior one. Inhale up. Exhale down. Straight into chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Don't lift the leg. Left foot in between your hands. Right heel down. Warrior one. Inhale up. Exhale down into chaturanga. And make your way into downward facing dog. Another few deep, slow breaths here. Settle with it. Ground down through your hands, reaching the heels down as much as you can still. Then you can bring the gaze in between the hands, bend your knees, inhale, and then step or jump forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Now bend your knees, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastiti, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, straight back. Exhale, plant your hands, make your way into downward facing dog. You can step or jump back. With or without a vinyasa. Once you get to down dog, take warrior one on the right side. Inhale up, exhale down. Take your time, no rush. Move through a vinyasa to down dog and then take the warrior two on the left side. Take a few breaths in down dog. From there, look forward, raise your heels, bend your knees, step or jump forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up, hands to heart center. Now step your feet a little bit wider about as wide as the hips. From here, you fold forward and you hook your big toe with your index and your middle finger. Bend your knees as much as you need for Padangusthasana. Inhale, lengthen, reaching the top of your chest forward. Exhale, fold, release the tension on the neck, crown of the head down to the floor. And as you pull your toes up with your fingers, try to move the shoulders up and away from the floor so your neck gets really long. Move the hips forward so your heels get a little lighter. And try to reach a little more with the chest, lengthen the upper back. Keep watching the breath as you do this. Keep the breath long and even. Same intensity on inhale and exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Release your big toe. Now we're going to slide the hands underneath the feet, the palms of the hands. Try to touch your toes all the way to your wrists. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Lengthen with an inhale. Reach the chest forward. Exhale, fold. Again, you're trying to move the shoulders away from the floor. Release the tension on the neck. Keep firming the quads. Even if your knees are bent, try to firm the muscles in the front of your leg. So that will make you hinge a little further forward at the hinge on the hips, Then inhale, lengthen. Release the hands from underneath your feet, halfway up. Plant your palms. You can step or jump back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg again, parallel with the floor. Try not to lift too high. Point the right toes down to the floor. Square the hips with the floor here. Bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, reach back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your nose, shoulders over the wrists. One more time. Reach back. Exhale, knee to your nose and hold. Bring the thigh as close as you can. Round your back. And then step the right foot in between your hands. Lower the left heel down to the floor. Circle into Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. So your back foot is on an angle here, pointing slightly forward. If you need to readjust the feet, you can do so. So you're aligning the front heel with the left heel or with the arch of the back foot. Keep tilting the pelvis back. Point your tailbone down to the floor. And you can slide down the shoulder blades onto your back so the shoulders move away from the ears. Gaze over the right hand and stay with the breath here. Stay on this one for about a minute today. So firm the heels towards each other, creating lift through the thighs. And once the shoulders start burning, reach a little more with your arms, engage the muscles that helps to keep the arms up. Keep light on your toes, keep the weight on the heels, and breathe. Bend your right knee a little deeper. Now straighten the right leg, bring the hands into your hips, parallel your feet to each other. Bring your toes slightly in. Lift the chest with a deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Try to move the weight to the front of your feet again. So you're very light on your heels. You can stay right here with your arms straight, or walk your hands in between your feet for Prasarita Padottanasana A, wide leg stretch. Keep the hands about as wide as the shoulders and your elbows right above your wrists, if you can. Try not to hold the tension on the neck. A few more deep, slow breaths. Walk your hands forward again. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Firm your feet, firm your quads. Exhale, place your hands on your hips. And use your inhale to lift your torso all the way up. Keep your back foot as it is, and just spin the right leg 90 degrees, point your right toes forward. Reach your arms to the sides, both legs straight, moving to Trikonasana, triangle pose. You can land your right hand on top of the shin, to a block, to the floor. And notice where the weight is on your front foot. If you feel like you're pushing on the outer edge of the foot, push it down with the base of the big toe. So you're moving the weight to the inside of the foot. Try to firm the hips forward as well. So you have the hips, the knee, and the ankle on the same line. Place your left hand on the hip, bend your right knee. You can walk your left foot slightly forward, moving to half moon pose. Reach the right hand outside the pinky toe. And two options here. You can reach the left hand up to the ceiling, or take into Chapasana, bend your left knee, grab your ankle, keep trying to stack the shoulders, keep the gaze and the breath steady. Maybe you hover the right hand off the floor. Three more breaths. If you're holding the foot, let go of it. Reach the leg back. And then you slowly make your way back into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, reverse triangle. Now bend your right knee to a right angle again. Reverse warrior, circle your hands down to the floor. Now heel toe your right foot outside the right hand into a lizard lunge. We do that a lot. Did that last class as well. From here, reaching as far as you can with your left heel. Get long from the heel all the way to the top of your head. You will firm your right knee to your right shoulder and pick your right foot off the floor. Push the floor away from you. You can stay here. The second option is to bend your elbow into like chaturanga. Keep moving the shoulders forward until your back foot comes off the floor. For Ekapada Kundiniyasana B. Hold for a few breaths. Whenever you had enough, you can either step or jump back. Make your way to down dog with or without a vinyasa. You can always take a couple breaths in child's pose if you need. There you go. Again, slow down the breath. And then reach the arms back forward. Take your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg back. Just about as high as the hips for today. Keep pointing the toes down to the floor, spinning the inner thigh up. Bring your knee to your nose, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, reach back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen, reach back. Exhale, knee to your nose again, shoulders over the wrists, round the back as much as you can. Left foot in between your hands, lower the right heel to the side. Come into warrior two. Readjust the feet as needed, heel to heel or heel to arch. Firm the heels down, release the toes. Another minute here. Try to keep the position of the pelvis so you're not dumping the weight into your lower back. So point your tailbone down to the floor as you firm your right quads back. That protects your lower back. Keep soft on the shoulders and reach the hands as wide as you can. And the fingers, you can keep them wide apart. I like to squeeze my fingers together. It makes me feel like my arms are a little stronger that way. It's just play around with it. Breath slowly and even. Any difference with the fingers? It is just a thing in the mind. Anything that makes you feel stronger. Another 10 seconds. Bend your knee a little deeper. Now straighten your left leg, hands into your hips. Parallel your feet to each other again, pointing your toes inwards, and then fold forward as you exhale, hinging from the hips. Hook your big toe with your first and second finger. Keep moving the hips forward so you get a little lighter onto your heels. Release the tension on the neck. And as you pull your big toes with your fingers, move your shoulders up away from the floor. So you're sliding your shoulder blades up onto your back ribs. So your neck gets really long. Couple more breaths. Keep firming your quads back and push the outer ankles in so your inner thighs are lifting. Still holding your big toe, come halfway up, lengthen, straighten your arms. Exhale, bring your hands into your hips, keep firming the legs. Inhale, come all the way up. Keep your back foot as it is, spin the left leg forward, both legs straight. And you can point your right toes slightly forward as well. Open the arms parallel with the floor, move into Trikonasana, triangle pose. And notice if you have your chest facing down to the floor, try to move the right shoulder back so the shoulders are stacked. And as you push down with the right heel, keep moving the chest forward, the chest and the head moving in the same direction. You can place the right hand on the hip, bend your left knee, walk your right foot slightly forward, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Place the hand outside the pinky toe so you have more stability. Again, reach the right hand up or bend your right knee, take into Chapasana. Hold the ankle. And you don't have to stack the hips here, but try to stack the shoulders. Find that small twist from the upper back. Three more deep, slow breaths. You can let go of the foot, come back into half moon. And then with control, as slow as you can, bend the standing leg. You make your way back into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Try to land the back foot. And take a deep inhale, reverse warrior. You're going all the way off your mat here. Let's go. Bend your left knee deep into a right angle. Exhale, circle your hands down to the floor. And you can always walk back to the mat if you need to, don't worry. And then heel toe your left foot outside your left hand. First, find length here. So your back leg is very strong. Reach the right heel as far back as you can, reaching forward with the chest and the head. Now firm your left knee to your left shoulder and pick your left foot off the floor. Stay here. Second option, bend your elbows. Third option, keep moving the shoulders as far forward as you can until your foot comes off the floor. Hold for as long as it works for you. And then you can make your way back into down dog with or without a vinyasa. And this Kundalini pose is not even like kicking the foot up, just by moving the shoulders forward. And take a break in child's pose there, yes. There you go. Just moving the shoulders forward, you are counterbalancing the weight of your leg. So the more you move the shoulders forward, you should feel your foot getting lighter and lighter until it comes off the floor. It's not about jumping or kicking. Take a few breaths here in child's pose. Slow and easy. Firm your palms, lift your forearms. Now you can tuck your toes, make your way into downward facing dog. Looking between your hands, raise your heels, bend your knees, step or jump forward. With an inhale, lengthen, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach to Urdhva Hastasana, bring the right knee with you. From here, place the left hand onto your hip. Hold the right knee with the right hand. And you can stay right here holding the knee or hook the big toe and reach the leg forward for Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Either way, wherever you are, if you're holding the knee, try to keep growing tall through the top of your chest. And then you can start reaching the leg back or holding the knee or the big toe. To Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana B. Move the leg to the side. Either way, with the leg straight or just holding the knee. And you can reach the arm to the side as Karina did to counterbalance the weight of the leg. Won't be here for too long. And come back through center. Release your toes, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, set it down. Now the second side. Inhale, reach up. Bring your left knee up. Right hand into your hip. With your left hand, you can hold your knee or hook the big toe. Reach the leg straight forward. Or you can keep holding the knee, growing tall through the top of the chest. From the right quads here, so the grounding leg is straight. And then you slowly, hooking the big toe or holding the knee, you just open the leg to the side. You can stay here or here. You can reach the arm to the side. So you counterbalance the weight of your leg. Just a couple breaths. Bring the leg through center again. Release your toe, reach your hands up, leg straight or knee bent, either way. Exhale, foot down, hands to heart center. From here, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, twist to the right. Keep pressing the palms together. And then lift your left foot off the floor, about an inch, and start reaching the left leg back as slow as you can. Slow, try not to touch the floor, as slow as you can. And then very slowly you can step into a lunge. Keep twisting. Stay here for 3 breaths. You can press the palms together. You can bring the left foot a little here. If it's hard to balance, make your stance a little wider. That's going to help a lot. You can open the arms wide, left hand down, right hand up. Bring your hands together again. Now we will try to move the chest forward. Pick your left foot off the floor and lightly step the left foot next to the right again. And then squat all the way down as low as you can. Raise your heels, take into side crow, Parshvabhakasana. Hands as wide as the shoulders. Try not to place your hands too close together. Make a shelf with the elbow. Bend your elbows, move forward. And you can keep your toes on the floor. Don't worry about picking the feet all the way up. And the more you move the shoulders forward, the lighter you'll feel your feet. And then they'll just lift off the floor. Hold inside crow for a few breaths. And then you can set it down. Come back into chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, twist to your left. And then pick your right foot off the floor. And as slow as you can, start reaching back. And then step it down into a lunge. And if you have trouble on the balance here, step your left foot slightly to the left. Press the palms together. You can open the arms wide or keep your hands together. 3 breaths. Now, hands together again. Move your chest forward. Pick your right foot up. Slowly step the right foot next to the left. Try to go with control. You can go. That's a lot of control. And then squat down. Raise your heels off the floor. Take into side crow. Hands as wide as the shoulders. Try to place the knee as high as you can onto your triceps. Bend your elbows. And if your feet's not coming off the floor, Move the shoulders further forward until you feel them getting light. Hold for a few breaths. Keep your shoulder blades broad on the back. And then set it down. Come back into chair pose, Utkatasana. One deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands. Go into down dog with or without a vinyasa, your choice. You can skip the vinyasa if you want, that's okay. And once you get into down dog, take a break in child's pose. Watch the breath again, slow, deep and even. If you're reaching your hands back, reach your hands forward. And you lift your torso up by walking your hands back, sit on your heels. We're going into hero's pose here. So if you have a block or a pillow or a towel and you need a little support here, you can place the towel behind your knees so you have more support, or underneath your ankles. And you see in between your ankles here. So a few options here. You can stay right here if this is enough for you, or you can place your hands behind your feet and lean back. Yeah, if you need to move forward to create more space, you can do that as well. From there, move the frontal hip bones up. So you're trying to stretch the front of your legs, the hip flexors. And just go as deep as it is okay for you. She went all the way down, it's cool. And here you can reach the hands up over the head, or place the hands on top of your heels and press it. If you are on the hands or on the elbows, stay there. You can stay with your torso straight up as well. For Supta Virasana, reclined hero's pose. And if this is too much for your heels, for your ankles, come up. No need to punish yourself. If you have any sharp pain on the outside of the knees, on the inside of the ankles, you can come up. Go back to child's pose. From here as slow as you can. Be careful. You can start coming back up. Sit back onto your ankles. And you move your hips to the side and then swing your legs around to a seated position. Lay down on your back. Set up for bridge, so your knees are bent, soles of the feet on the floor. And you can bring your heels a little closer to your glutes, having your toes pointing straight forward, palms of the hands on the floor. From the inner edge of the feet down, inhale, raise your hips. You can clasp your hands behind your back, or hold the outside of the mat. Bring the shoulder blades underneath your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And think of spinning the inner thighs down to the floor. That releases some pressure on the sacrum and the lower back. Keep firm in the base of your big toe and the inner heel down to the floor. And breathing all the way to the top of the chest. Slowly lower down. Keep your feet as they are. Try not to move around. I'll do that one more time. Either way, bridge pose or upward facing bow, Urdhva Dhanurasana. So you can press your heels. If you're doing Urdhva Dhanurasana, place the hands next to the ears first. Again, push the insides of the feet on the floor. Raise your hips. You can come to the crown of your head first. Readjust the hands as wide as the shoulders. And then wrap the elbows in. So you're spinning the triceps down. And move the arms back into the shoulder socket. And then inhale, try to straighten the arms. If you need to move the feet to readjust, you can. If you feel stuck on the shoulders, you can come onto the tip of your toes and then reach a little further back and then reach the heels down to the floor again. Try to hold here for at least 5 breaths. Then you can slowly set it down. Cross the right leg over the left. Open the arms to the side and cross all the way so the inner thighs are touching, knee close to each other. Open the arms. With an exhale, lower the legs to the left, twisting the torso to the right. Send the breath to the right side of your body. From your right shoulder down. Inhale and twist, switch the cross of the legs. Keep the arms wide and use your exhale to lower the legs to the right this time, twisting the upper back to the left. Inhale, you can untwist and cross the legs. Hug your knees into your chest. And then rock back and forth a few times. Come up into seated, into Dandasana. Back and forth. Reach your legs straight forward. Firm your thighs down to the floor. Find your sitting bones down first. And then bend your right knee. Bring the sole of the right foot on the left inner thigh. Open the knee to the side for Janu Shirshasana. Flex your left foot, firm your left thighs, inhale, reach your hands up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, you can fold over the leg. And fold any amount. Try to create length. Creating space with the inhales and releasing further with the exhales. And think of spinning the right thigh back and lengthening through the right side of the body, reaching forward. Inhale, lengthen. Reach forward. And then reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Place your palms down to the floor. And then switch to the other side. Reach the right leg forward. Bend your left knee. Set up for Janu Shirshasana again. Open the left knee to the side. Grow tall through the sides of the body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reaching over the right leg, any amount. Keep watching the breath. And letting go with the exhales. Inhale, lengthen. Keep moving the chest forward. And reach your hands up to the ceiling again. Now place your hands next to your hips, both legs straight. Flex your feet, firm your thighs down. Find your sitting bones again. Grow tall. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, fold over your legs for Paschimottanasana. And fold any amount. You can use a towel, a strap, a shirt. You can bend your knees. Keep lengthening through the sides of the body. Inhale. And you can reach up towards the ceiling, or straight back. Now place your hands next to your hips again. Now bend your knees. Place the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana, Baldango pose. The knees open to the sides and the feet together. There you go. And you can hold on to your ankles or hold on to your feet as if you were opening a book. Breathe to the sides of the body. Roll the shoulders back. And you can stay right here with your torso straight up. Or you can hinge slightly forward, keeping the length through the spine. Try to move the knees down towards the floor. Doesn't matter how high they are away from the floor though. As long as you're feeling the inner thighs, the groins. Keep the breath flowing from the belly to the chest, chest to the belly. Stay with your breath, slow and even. Stay here a little longer. You can slowly come up. Reach the legs forward. Keep a small bend on the knees. And reach the hands forward as well. Roll down to your spine slowly. As you lie down, bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze it in, round the back, bring the forehead into your knees. And you can stay here in Apanasana or take into Happy Baby, rock side to side. Roll the tailbone down to the floor. Pull the feet down as well. Find any movement that you need, feel free. Then at your own pace, you can start setting up for Shavasana. Release your legs a little wider, open the arms wide. Bring your shoulders under the chest, broaden the collarbones, move the shoulders away from the ears. And do a final check again through the entire body. Check if you're holding tension on the muscles around the face, on the neck, shoulders, arms, the hands, the fingers, all this stuff around the hips, your knees, all the way to your toes. Let the breath flow naturally. Try not to use any effort for your breath. You can stay here for as long as you'd like to. I want to thank you guys again for joining us at Down Yoga. You can subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up on the video. Thank you all. Namaste.